Okay. Hello again, everyone. I'm Nesbit, you're the People of Skyrim. Okay, I've regenerated those LODs. Sorry, folks, I did stream, or start the stream a little bit earlier. But unfortunately... Oh, I've just got to share the stream. Let's just delete that, because that's... Okay. Okay, now we're good to go. Sorry about that, folks. I had to just post that stream. We're now good to go. God, dear me. Been one of those days today. Okay, so I've regenerated my LODs. That's what I had to do. Sorry, it's been one of those days. I mean, I got my overwrites the wrong way round. Generated my LODs and everything was fucked up. It wasn't a big thing. It's just, you know, so I just had to regenerate the LODs and correct my overwrites. Very small thing, but obviously it has a terrible effect. Oh, and it looks terrible in game, obviously. So anyway, thanks for joining me. Thanks for your like, whoever that is. Nice to see you. I hope you're having a good day. I'm going to start the main quest because we're going to try out the Dragon voiceover mod. I really like the look of it, and I sort of gave it a few weeks just to really, you know, to make sure there was no updates and there was no problems with that Dragon over voice mod. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the Dragonborn quest line. Where's Helgen? There we go. And then we're going to go through some of the main quests, test this voiceover mod out with other NPCs. I'm quite excited to see what it does. And this will be... Hello, Jack. You're welcome. I had a bloody nightmare today, I tell you. Just LOD generations. If you don't get it right, you scratch. You think, what have I done? But of course, because I thought I generated the LODs okay, but what I'd done is got the overwrites back to front, you know, which I've never done before. So first time for everything. Shit happens, eh? So, but anyway, the game looks nice again, and I've got some nice updates actually I've got some script updates for revision 5 of the mod pack. You know, and lots of other stuff as well. I'm just going to check that Hadvar does come out of the tunnel, folks, all right? Whenever I do any mod pack updates, I make sure the original sorry, the all-in-one patch and everything works well. So, you know, I just basically do certain amount of tests I need to do again just to make sure everything's pucker, you know, everything's okay. So I'm going to grab some air here because, like I say, I thought, oh, for God's sake. It's funny, isn't it? I don't know if you guys still get like this, but sometimes, you know, there's certain mods that come along and you get all excited for it, and I tend to hold off. Let's just check. Oh, that's good as well. That's fairly good. I'm pleased about that. And you sort of hold off and you just wait. And I thought this Dragon voiceover mod, I should really wait just to make sure it has any updates and stuff like that. So I've waited and I've waited, and now I really want to give it a go. And all day and all morning, because I was starting a new game, I was getting all these mods that I wanted to get loaded in for revision 5 of the TPOSC mod pack loaded in, and all updated and everything. And in my excitement, you know, I cocked up and got some things the wrong way around. But I'm here now, and hopefully it's going to be a good stream. I'm excited for it, and that's what I'm saying. I'm excited. I'm really excited for this interaction, you know, between NPCs, you know, to really bring it into the modern, well, still probably better than a lot of modern games, so-called modern games as well. But let's do this. Oh, I've just got to do some stuff first. Alright, I've done my gold. I've done my potions. That's alright then, I don't need to do that. I just want to go into my menus and make some changes. Oh, yeah, let's have a look at this a minute. Select a voice pack. Oh, I'm glad I did that. I'm a male, and I'm a Nord male. Oh, good job I come in and did that. I forgot about that bit. That's good then. So that's... What's that? What's that? Enable localized mappings. Oh, I'm not sure what that is. It's English by default, I would imagine. Let's exit that. We'll leave those then for now. I'm not quite sure what that is. I'll have to read up on that. But we're male, so that's good. That's that then. I'm going to come straight out. And I'm going to go back in again. And we're going to go to... You're welcome. Where am I going to go to? What am I doing? That's it. Realistic Water 2. Sorry. I had to think what I'm doing. Need to do that. Come out again. Back in. And... Sky UI. Large. That'll do for that. And there's one more. And that's... Violence. So... On... Camera view, I want smart, because that's really good. I like the smart. I want slow-mo off. Last enemy restriction off. Perks on. That'll do. That'll do for that. Come right out of there, and that should be it. Now we can. And I've tried some other settings with Lux as well to see what sort of effects I've got. I've gone. I'm mixing things up, having a. You know, trying something different. We'll see how it all turns out anyway. But R4 is available, and that's stable and everything. But this is R5, and this will be out in the next few days if everything goes well, folks. I'm happy with Fourth Unknown's mods, the CERN, that deer, and a couple other mods that we added of his in terms of the monsters. And J Spearer seems to be working okay so far. But I do have a few more tests to do with some of his mods before I load up R5. So let's get on with this. And I've also updated some mods as well that needed updating. So I've done that too. And added new mods, which I said as well, folks. Script mods and stuff. Yes, I have one right here. Come on, let's do this. Come on. That'll do. Right. All I want to do, all I got to do is see if he pass. Oh, let me just say this as well. In the all-in-one patch, folks, for Hadfar, there are some CC content references. There are 2 references.
Damn Stormcloak.
In the all-in-one patch, and if you're X-Edit savvy, you'll look at that and think, "Oh, Nesbit hasn't brought those references forward." I did bring them forward, and it stopped Hadfar pathing from the cave and Rayloff.
Looks like he's gone for
He's going to path. It's fine.
But I don't think we should stick around to see if he comes back.
There we go. That's good. If you bring those 2 forward, if you bring them, sorry, just get out of his ear. If you bring those references forward in my all-in-one patch, Hadfar will not path from the cave. All right, so that's why I didn't bring those references forward. If you're X-Edit savvy and you're wondering, so like I say, you know, don't think I haven't looked at the all-in-one patch and brought every reference forward that I can do. I can, and I have. What I'm saying is that if you bring those 2 references forward, if you're X-Edit savvy and you see that I haven't brought those 2 references forward, that's why. Because Hadfar will not path. They'll fuck up with her. They'll fuck up Hadfar's pathing. So as I said, I'm feeling a bit excited today in trying out this voiceover. Oh, let's try it with Hadfar.
Listen,
it should.
You should
Where
go
is
to
he?
Solitude and join up
Come
with
here.
The Imperial Legion. Listen, you should go to Solitude and join up with the Imperial Legion.
I thought dragons were all dead
really
long
use
ago.
Someone like you.
Oh.
So did I. If the damn Stormcloak somehow found one or woke it up, the war might be about to take an ugly turn. Hard to believe it was just a coincidence that the first dragon anyone's seen for centuries attacks just as Ulfric was about to be executed.
When I saw the video of this, when I spoke my dialogue, right, the camera went on to the NPC. Is that just something he did in the video? Let's do this again, because I'm just speaking it. I'm not actually... what if I'm in... Let's just...
Better keep moving. Come on.
Let's go to third person and see what happens.
You really think I should join the Imperial
No, it's
Legion?
not. Okay, it's still fun. Okay.
Of course. I know today wasn't the best introduction to the Legion, but I hope you'll give us another chance. The Legion could really use someone like you, especially now. And if the rebels have themselves a dragon, General Tullius is the only one who can stop them.
Okay. Well, hey, NATO. He might have had another mod loaded up as well. Yeah, yeah. Well, it's actually the video for the voice acting NATO, yeah? So, yeah. But he might have had another mod, or I might be missing something. Or it might be part of the menu that I've got to turn on. Oh, Jack, thanks. Okay, it's an extra mod. Okay, so, alright. So I'll need to update then and add that as well. Because I thought that was a lovely touch, you know, where it sort of brings in the NPC that's talking, or the player, yeah? Let's just listen to this guy's voice one more time, then we move on.
You think General Tullius knows where that dragon came from?
No, not yet. After all, a dragon, something out of old tales, and but you can bet if you
Well,
want
that's
to help
nice.
stop that
I
dragon,
mean,
your best bet is to go to Solitude and join up with the Legion.
You make a good case. Maybe I will join up.
I hope so. The Legion is Skyrim's only hope right now. Come on, we better get moving.
okay, I think I'm going to be critical here, folks, and I like it. I think that voice is a little bit bland in places. I don't know if it's a synthetic, but it's sort of, it feels very young as well. It's nice. It's a nice touch. It's a real nice touch. I'm still excited to explore it more, and maybe it's getting used to that tone of voice. But I think it'd be lovely if that mod had a few other variations. Oh, that's good. He's doing his next bit.
When I was a boy, that place always used to give me nightmares. Draugr creeping down the mountain to climb through my window at night. That
How
kind
do I
of
join
thing.
the Imperial Legion?
I admit, I still don't much.
Oh,
General Tullius has his headquarters in Castle Dower, in the city of Solitude, northwest of here. You'll want to talk to Legate Rika. She deals with the new recruits. I'll be sure
Okay.
to put in a good word for you if I get back to Solitude first.
okay, all right.
We'd better keep moving.
Yeah, that's.
feel
I
like
do
that
like
dragon
that
might
because
be
it sort of
watching.
brings. I do like that voice acting option because what it does is it brings a sense of realism to the game. I like that. I like that a lot. I don't like the voice so much of the guy.
Yes.
In fact, what if I could try the female version quite easily by changing my character in, just changing the voice. I might do that in a minute. What am I thinking about here? It's the hat. I don't want that stupid hat on. Let's take that hat off. Oh. There we go. But that's interesting.
These
That's
are the
nice. I
Guardian
like that.
Stones.
Oh,
3 of the 13
I'll just wait for him
ancient
to finish
standing
talking because
stones
I've got some
that
more
dot
exciting
Skyrim's
stuff I want to
landscape.
talk about as well.
Go ahead. See for yourself.
Let's just pick my warrior. And I'm going to quickly... Oh, didn't mean to do that.
Warrior.
Good.
Good.
And she'll pick up
I
my
knew you
bow.
shouldn't have been on that
Let's go, go, go.
I laid eyes on.
And I got rid of the waterfall mod as well, folks, in this R5 mod pack. As I said at the beginning of the stream earlier, which I came out of, I got rid of it because even though I like it, in places it wasn't quite right for me. Oh, is that what you think it is? I would guess the female voice would be Nora, the wife of the guy from... Oh, right, okay, I think that's what it was. Yeah, mate. I remember reading that. So, and I've never heard that voice, so I don't know what it's like. So, but there you go. But I removed the waterfall mod for now. I might go back to it at another time, but overall, I wasn't... It was nice in many ways, folks, but with my E&B setup and just with some other mods as well, there wasn't enough support for it. I'm going to wait for the waterfall mod to have a bit more support. It had support for Majestic Mountains, but there's a couple other things that wasn't quite right. Now what's
What
going...
was that?
Oh! I was half asleep here. Ow! Ow! Okay, what else is going on? There's some... Oh, look! An imp! Oh, these imps have got a bit more bite. This one seemed to be doing more. I forgot to take this out and put the other imp mod in. Now he's doing nothing. He is flying around, though, this time. I forgot about these imps. Damn it. Where's he gone? Okay. I mean, he looks nice, but he just doesn't do much, folks.
That's the end of that.
I forgot about that. That's Fourth Unknowns. I was supposed to take that out. I was supposed to take Fourth Unknown's imp out and put in the other imp mod from the other model. I must do that as well. Okay, so... but yeah, I mean... That's not a big thing. But at least he actually attacked. At least he did one fire attack. Very passive, those imps, but they do look nice. You know, they do look nice. Now, what else was I going to say? Oh, yeah, that's it. Something I was going to talk about, folks. I'm going to come out now, and I'm just going to show you... I'll just let this play out, actually. Let's just... I want to make sure Hadfar talks to his father.
Now, Mother?
So this is good.
Things look quiet enough here. Come on, there's my
flew right over the barrel.
Dragons now, is it? Please, Mother. If you keep on like this, everyone in town will think you're crazy.
Uncle Halvar.
And I've got
hello.
better things to do than listen to more of your fantasies.
What are you doing
It
here?
was a dragon.
Are you on
It'll
leave
kill
from
us all and then you'll
shore,
believe me.
bones? What happened to you, boy? Are you in
Uncle,
some kind
please,
of trouble?
keep your voice down. I'm fine, but we should go inside to talk.
What's going on? And who's this?
He's a friend. Saved my life, in fact. Come on, I'll explain everything, but we need to go inside.
Okay, come inside then. Sigrid
Okay,
will get you something to eat, and you can tell me all about it.
That's good. In stream, you're only probably about 15 seconds behind me. So that's good to see that. I think, like I said, I'll just say it again if you don't know, folks. I changed up my OBS settings. And since I've changed them up, the stream seems to be keeping up with me in the back end of the YouTube studio. And I haven't had any more issues in terms of crashes. We only had a couple. But I knew it. I didn't believe it was the mods, right? Or the mod pack. Because I wasn't getting it locally. You know... That has turned out to be the case, because now I've had no further issues in stream. I'm just going to come out. There's a couple of things I want to talk about. I won't be long, folks. Just a couple of mods. I'm going to let you know some of the mods that I've put into the game. Just so you know, if you're interested, all right? Just come across. What am I doing? I'm just going to go into... I've brought in the Ice Cave Parallax and reinstalled Lux to support that. I've updated this mod. Don't use this mod. I wouldn't use this mod at all, mate. Sorry, guys, girls. Luke gives a warning. He's actually removed and deleted references. I guess it's down to you, because I wanted to use this because I thought that would just be a good backup, a positive. But apparently it's not advisable. But that's up to you. I've updated Parallax spell impacts. I tried this, and this is where I got my blue textures, and I realised I hadn't enabled... actually, this wasn't appropriate for my current mod pack. All right, this isn't appropriate for my current mod pack. I've added this, the Dragonborn voiceover, and I've added these two new scripts, which is nice, because I've experienced frame drops when I played the DLC, Dragonborn DLC. This I'm using by Rider for, or I will be using, possibly, for the all-in-one for Haffingar. I updated the Sokarn. I had a look at this. I've loaded this, loaded that, downloaded this and checked my work, loaded this, loaded that. To work with the console, I had to add... No, I didn't, actually. It was already part of the mod pack. I just updated it or checked that it was up to date. But what I wanted to talk about was... Bear with me. Let me think. What am I thinking about? What was it I wanted to talk about? People were asking, and also Deadhead bought this up. I'm just trying to remember. Where am I going? Let me just think about what I'm doing here, folks. Okay, this is it. Right, okay. People were talking about this model, and some people asked me about it on... Thank you, Northern Farmhouses. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. Yeah. And I'm going to go to the Nexus page. Now, I really like JP's Steel, so don't get me wrong when I talk about this, because I like his work. I like a lot of his work. But I tried this, and I was going to add this part of the mod pack. But I just find it totally out of proportion in relation to the trees and the rest of the world. I mean, no pines are this big, do you know what I mean? Unless you're using Skyrim bigger trees. I just find... I mean, I love the models. Don't get me wrong, I love the models. Apparently, it's compatible with the People of Skyrim Complete. So, if you want to use it, you can use it. It's not an issue. But I won't be adding it to the mod pack, because if the models were a bit smaller, I would, because it looks very nice. It's just not in proportion to the rest of the world. It really isn't. It just doesn't feel right to me. So that's the reason I won't be adding it to the mod pack if you've asked about this, okay? Because some people wanted me to add it, and I thought about it, and I'm not going to do it. And the thing that really put me off more than anything was when I saw this. And so I'm just giving my reasons why, all right? Don't get me wrong. The guy's a very talented author. I love most of his stuff, but this just doesn't make sense to me at all. It's just oversized. You know, it's just... It seems labour intensive. It doesn't fit with the trees of the area. You know, it just doesn't work for me. So that's why I'm not adding northern farmhouses to the mod pack, if people want to know why, okay? And again, like I said, I've got total respect for the author. He's a very talented author. But in terms of that particular mod, it doesn't do it for me, all right? Just so you know, okay? And the only thing you will have as well, if you were to use that mod, is issues like this. These elements aren't going to fit in with a change of models and textures, all right? Okay? Just so you know. So that's why I won't be adding northern farmhouses. Thank you, Jack. I couldn't remember the damn name of it there for a minute. To the mod pack. Okay?
Sigrid, we have company.
And Jack, if you're still there, I will be testing out at some stage that
We've been so worried about
down the
you.
line,
Come,
probably be one of
don't
the
be hungry.
last
You
things
found
I
enough
do.
into
That
something
bones
to
mod, yeah, the damage
Now then,
mod
boy,
to your body and everything
what's
that
the
you were
big
talking
mystery?
about. I haven't forgot about
What are
that.
you doing here looking
I,
like you lost an argument with a cave?
I'm just going to do that
I
one
don't know where to
last,
start.
okay, when everything else
You
is
know,
pretty
I was
much done.
assigned to General Tullius' guard. We were stopped in Helgen when we were attacked by a dragon.
A dragon? That's ridiculous. You aren't drunk, are you, boy?
Husband, let him tell his story.
Not much more to tell. This dragon flew over and just wrecked the whole place. Mass confusion. I don't know if anyone else got out alive.
Wounds. That's the
I
one,
doubt
yeah.
I'd made it out myself. if
Broken
not for
limbs
my
and all
friend here. I need to get back to Solitude and let them know what's happened. I thought you could help us out. Food, supplies, a place to stay.
Of course. Any friend of Hadvar's is a friend of mine. I'm glad to help however I can.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm glad to help it, but I need your help.
Oh, we'll have the lockpick. That's useful. That's about it, really.
The Jarl needs to know if there's a dragon on the loose. Riverwood is defenseless. We need to get word to Jarl Balgruuf in Whiterun to send whatever soldiers he can. If you'll do that for me, I'll be...
Now I'm going to try the speech while I'm sat down, because that's a good test, because you never know how something might work, folks, when you're sat down or in different... So let's think, what can I say? Let's say, how do I get to Whiterun from here if I can get to it? There you go.
How do I get to Whiterun from here?
Cross the river and then head north. You'll see it just past the falls.
That sounded quite
When you
good
get to
in my head,
Whiterun,
you know,
just
with my
keep
headphones
going
on.
up. When you get to the top of the hill,
Many roads to
Dragons.
broken limbs. Exactly,
the
Jack, yeah.
Jarl's palace.
Okay, we leave that there.
Mm-hmm.
Did you really see a dragon?
Let's stand up.
What did it look like? Did it have big teeth?
Hush.
Well, I'd
Don't
better
pester
get
your
back to
cousin.
work. You two make yourselves at home.
So that's good. I do like that speech mod. That's really good. It's just nice to hear, you know, a reflection of your own mind in the game, you know, or your character's voice in the game. Let's just pick up some potions and stuff, folks. JK's Riverwood Trader obviously installed here, as you'll
Well,
see in a
one of
sec.
us has to do something.
I said no. No Well, I don't know what you overheard.
What have you got for sale?
Riverwood Traders.
What have you got for sale?
Take a look.
I really should wait now until they finish speaking. Because that's the only downside of it now. Your character speaks over them. So it's like having a good conversation. Maybe that's another bonus to the game, folks. You know, because the dialogue's going to come out straight away. Maybe that's a good way of getting me to wait for their dialogue to finish. Because otherwise it doesn't sound right. But that was fun. I like that. We'll take that. We need that. That's a nice touch. I like that. What else could we do with it? We'll take that just in case. So I'm not really cheating and sitting only in terms of my weapons. Okay, so
Do you sell spells?
I think I have a few old spell books laying about. If you want more, you'll have to go to the College of Winterhold.
that really is good, man. I like that because you're giving out a response, you're getting one back. I still think the voice acting could be better, but I really like it. I do like it. It's growing on me. It's definitely growing on me. I'm telling you. What am I doing here? Have I already? I've already got what I want there. It's spells, wasn't it? Let's have a look. Let's see what he's got. Oh no, I'll get them all in Whiterun. Off of what's his face. Okay.
Damn.
Okay.
As if things weren't bad enough.
So again, as you can see, JK's interiors. I'm going to just check my in-out. I always like to do that. Then I am going to do Bleak Forwards because I just want to do the main quest and see how this voice works with the main quest and everything.
I don't owe you money, do I?
I mean, I'm surprised actually there haven't been more people just do some voiceovers for this because I think this mod's got a lot of merit, you know? Let's open up these doors because you get that extra effects. Look at that. I love that.
The ale is going bad.
These are extra effects that I put in for TPOSC with my patch, my overwrite patch for Lux.
Ale's going bad.
I guess you don't have potatoes.
More here as well. I did all this. I added this.
Get a fresh batch in soon.
So you get all this.
Come on in. Just
okay. Far more subtle. But that's the lovely thing about Lux. If you're prepared to put the work in, you can make some real nice environments. Great stuff, man. Love it. And that's why I spent a year doing that shit. Because it was worth doing it, folks. It really was. And I actually love these clips, these sub-divide cliffs. I can't remember the author's name, but it just looks so much better than all those horrible fucking low-quality routes. It's brilliant mod, that. That's another mod. Big up. I think it's if you type in sub-divide, you'll get the author and everything come up. Oh, what's this? Sorry, Jack, just missed that. Can't... I forget. You're not having problems with the Dawnstar, are you, mate? Keep it clean. I have forgot. Is that something I've... Oh, okay. Remind me, mate. I've forgotten what you're saying there. Okay, let's move on. Looking nice. Let's just check the waterfall. You see, the waterfalls here, I think the realistic waterfalls... Realistic 2 waterfall, I think here, is still better than that updated... sorry, the new waterfall mod that's come out. So I think it is anyway. When I look at realistic and then I look at the two and compare them, I still like realistic water, to be honest with you. I actually prefer water EMB to all of them, but I had a few problems with water EMB with the last version that I was running. I don't know if he's updated it recently. Let's just check these LODs, just make sure they're okay. Oh yeah, yeah. I've still got the links, Jack. Actually, I'm tracking the mod. Yeah, I've got the links for the I've got the links for wounds. I'm actually tracking it, mate. And I actually downloaded it because I looked at it, but I decided what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait a bit longer for that one as well. And I'm going to put that last in the load order, Jack. I'm going to do that one last, and I've got my reasons for that. Because I think a mod like that can be potentially very problematic, and I just want to make sure everything's on the money before I use it, mate. And then I'll do it. Actually, that's looking nice. Look, LODs look great. The middle ground and the background, the foreground. Can't complain about that. It's a bit cloudy and misty. And of course we're still running Winter Sun and all the rest of it, folks, so. Ah, that's okay, thank you. That's what I needed to remember. Yeah, okay. I'll tell you what, Jack. Do me a favour. What you've just posted there, yeah? Will you just stick it in the mod pack section for me? Because that's what I've got to remember. Yeah, and I've got keep it clean. Yeah. Oh, have I got keep it clean loaded up? What's the mod I've got? Oh, because that's the mod I've got to do then, isn't it? Oh, no, I've got dirt and blood, sorry. Oh, keep it clean is another one, isn't it? Okay, right, I've got to check that one out as well, haven't I? Alright, okay. Oh, everyone was fine but Dawnstar. The hatch for the bathroom for keep it clean in Dawnstar is okay. Okay, right. Alright, okay. God, so much to remember. Okay. I wonder what these bandits would say to me if I... Can I talk to them? They're just going to attack, of course, so let's just take them out. Oh, I missed him. What's his face? Oh, he's alright. His face is alright. Where are they? Ow! Yeah, on your bike. I've got to be careful here because I got two bandits coming around the corner of TPOSC. Yeah, there we go. Oh, I missed him totally. Dear me. Oh my god, he's on me. Cheers. Wow, that was a bit intense there. They've got no armor I really want. Oh, I don't know actually. I might just try out that lovely... Cheers, mate, thanks. I've got the, like I say, the dirt and... Sorry, the, wounds mod I've got. I forgot about the dirt and blood. I've got to check that one out as well, haven't I? I forgot all about that one, I think. I'll do those two next. Once I got 5 out, I'll do them as a final test. Okay. Cheers, Jack. I appreciate that. I tell you what, folks. I don't know about you lot, but I think it's something maybe you get when you're getting older, or maybe I'm just more aware of myself because, or perhaps when you're younger, you're just more resilient, and I think that's probably the truth as well. Oh, let's deal with him first. Oh, that was fantastic! Oh my god, I just love killing people in Skyrim. Oh, in the neck. Or the head. One in the head. There's one more somewhere, isn't there? Where are they? Or have I already taken them out? Where are they? There's only 2. There's 2. Ah, there's the third one. I see him. Oh, I missed. Lovely. Oh, right in the chest in that heart there. Look, and everything. Ooh, or the lungs maybe. What a shame. Okay, right. Let's just save up. Okay. Nice. Okay, that's good. That's good to see. Every environment I'm going in right now, folks, because I've reinstalled Lux, and because I've done some changes, I'm sort of just fretting just a little bit every time I come into an environment, because I'm just expecting, or waiting to see if there's any errors or if I've missed something, Shouldn't worry about it really, but I do because I put so much time into everything. Lovely. And again, because I don't want to have to do lots of other work, catch them. What's going on? Why aren't they? Oh, there they are. Again, what I'm saying is, I don't want to have to then redo lots of work, so. Yeah, that's not a problem, Jack. I'm just going to save. I'm just going to read what you said again. I'm going to get a kit. Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, that's all right, because I'm all set up for Nemesis or any other. I've got all my, like I say, I'll just say this, so you know, right? The TPOSC mod pack has got everything set up for all those sorts of mods that Nemesis uses. Why I didn't add in a lot of animation mods or combat updating mods, you know, stuff like that, it's because I think that's a very personal choice, and I think people, you know, want to use their own setup. So all I did is made the TPOSC mod pack so it's all ready to go. So that's one of the reasons I'm doing your stuff last, Jack, in terms of wounds, and the other one, the dirt in blood and everything, because I wanted to get all these other aspects sorted out, and again because those mods can be troublesome, so I was definitely going to do those last anyway, and I just wanted to make sure the mod pack's totally sorted. And what I'll do is in the next few days, I reckon we'll start next week, because it's Thursday today, and I've only really got to check that this voiceover doesn't cause any crashes or anything like that. The other mods in terms of scripts and fixes are no big deal, and the only other mods I've added are textures as well. So I've only got some small tests left to do. That's what I'm saying, all right? So I've only got some small tests left to do, and then we can do those final two. In fact, I think what I'll do is I won't put the mod pack out until I've done those final two, and then I can make the patch for Dawnstar as well. So that's what we'll do. We'll go that way about it. And then I'll put R5, Revision 5 for the mod pack out when I've done the wounds and the dirt mod and everything. And we'll put it out all in one, and then I can leave it and move on. And I'll just stream it and play the mod pack, and that'll be it then. Then I've got to I really have to move on, folks, because you know I've got so much to do. So yeah, but that'll be good to finish that off. So that's what we'll do. Okay, let's just quickly pick up. Oh, that's another thing. I wanted to check out these because I went about things a bit differently with some overwrites for the cobwebs when I reinstalled Lux, folks, interiors, because they were a bit fine. They were a bit too opaque in the earlier streams. So I've done some different overwrites when I reinstalled Lux. That's what I'm saying. And they look a bit brighter and they look better. This is better. This is better. Now, I've got no torch right now, so we're going to go into the dark. Alright. But we'll see how this all looks. Oh, we're into the dark there, because that's the light source there. And as we come in, bang, it goes. Okay. Bit more light from the candle. Spin round. More light there from the sconce. You see, and I like that. I like these dark areas. I mean, I know streaming it can be a bit difficult for you to see, but as we all know, Bleak Falls Barrow, you know, I'm just going to keep it as it is. I'm not going to increase the light now, because again, I just want to check everything's okay, because like I said, it's a new game start. I've made some changes, and I've got to make sure everything is as it should be. And it looks like it is, so that's good. I'll just grab a torch now as well. We'll have this guy's torch. And this looks nice. Lovely. You know, and I was sort of thinking, on something that's good, that torch. I was thinking on something when we were talking about Serena, and we were doing the Dragonborn questline, or you know, the vampire questline. And I was thinking something that Lemonade Drinker said about, you know, we were talking about the pros and cons of what Serena would do if she come out of that box she was in, where she'd been locked in, and would she just attack me, being that I was immortal, and feed on me? You know, we were talking about all the ins and outs and the subtleties of how this game's built, and you know, I know it, Jack. Secret Lemonade Drinker is right. It is just a game, but you know, when we all put so much into it, I think it's quite interesting that you do become really drawn into it, and I think that's all sort of part of the attraction as well, folks, isn't it? You know, I mean, you know, he's absolutely right. It is just a game, without a doubt. It is just a game, but this game does create a lot of passion for people. You know, without, you know, and I think that's sort of just another interesting part of what makes Skyrim so much fun. How we all see it and view it in the ways that we do, because we all see it so differently, you know, and what we like in terms of textures, so on, mod authors, you know. There's always a source of conversation there, isn't there? Always, you know. But anyway, there you go. Ah! He dropped just as I fired. Good stuff.
Get it away from me! Get it away!
Okay.
Get me down!
Yeah, I did notice that you used the survival mod. I haven't used that yet. Where is he? I've lost my...
Help me out of here!
Oh, there he is. I haven't used the survival mod yet, Jack. I should do a playthrough, really, with that on. Perhaps I might do that when I play Wounds and whatever. So when we do those 2 final mods that you suggested, maybe I'll stick on the survival aspect as well. It'll probably piss me off no end, but that's what we'll do.
It's coming loose. I can feel it.
Oh, I've never used it. Sunhelm. I'll give it a go. Let's just kill him. Let's get the claw and let's move on. What is Sunhelm? Don't even know what it is. Never heard of it, mate. Okay, we're going to use the fast travel so we get to the other side of this cave quickly and we can get on with things. That's the only thing I had to Bleak Falls Barrel, folks. The fast travel. Nice. It's looking nice. I just want to check how this... oh, it looks nice here, look. That's good. That's nice. I want to check this oil. Okay. What's that there? Oh, I think that's just a bit of the floor. Okay, alright. Let's just look at the explosion and everything. Nice. Excellent. Okay. Oh, alright. Okay. Okay. You know, I was thinking about Elder Scrolls Online, and I was also looking at that other one that you were playing. I've forgotten the name of it. I've just been talking to you about it, Jack. But what was it? Oh, it doesn't matter what it's called. You know what I mean. But again, you know, I'm just so busy. I know if I ended up starting playing another game, you know, it just draw me away from my work, and I ain't got the time to do all of it. Destiny 2, look, that's it, thanks, yeah. See, my brain's like a sieve, mate. I can't help it. Okay, yeah. I'll investigate these mods as the last part of the mod pack. Actually, this is really nice in here. Really nice in here. Oh, by the way, folks, I don't know if... Oh, I've got a couple of people here still. Thanks for the likes. Whoever liked the video, or those of you that have, thanks. I appreciate that. It's very kind. Okay. Oh, I missed him. That went right past his face by about 1 millimeter. That's bizarre. Yeah, Destiny 2. I'd like to try it. I was watching the add-on for Destiny 2. What everyone's raving about, apparently. And what people say has made it, you know, it worth going back to. But again, like I said, I was looking at it and I was just thinking that, you know, get involved in this. I'm going to get sidetracked. Part of me would love to... I'll tell you what I'm really thinking. Part of me, sometimes, right... I'm going to be really honest with what I'm thinking. Sometimes, right, all this work can be a pain in the ass. Hello, Lewis. Yeah, one-shot kill. Because I'm cheating with my bow, Lewis. Again, don't forget, Lewis, right? I'm a mod author. I'm testing here. Yeah? Yeah, I'm testing, Lewis. Yeah? I'm not playing this game for playing's sake. This is what I was about to say. You know, I'm a mod author. I'm testing mods that I'm adding to the mod pack. I'm making sure TPOSC works with everything okay. So that's why you're seeing that. Yeah, like I give myself, for example, these potions to help me through. Yeah? And don't forget, TPOSC, Lewis, is not linear. The People of Skyrim Complete, you know, they're all... I'm doing all this, right, Lewis, for for TPOSC, the mod pack that we were talking about yesterday, yeah? I know you got your own setup and you said you're happy with that, and that's cool, mate. But this mod pack and all this testing and all this gameplay is for users that use the People of Skyrim Complete. Because that mod, what is a DLC sized mod that I built, that was a no compromise mod. So a lot of mods like Lux and Luxfire and all the rest of them wasn't compatible with the People of Skyrim Complete. So what I've done with this mod pack is built a patch so it all works together. So I've got an all-in-one patch, and you know, if you've been listening, you'll see that, like with Jack wants me to add mods to the mod pack. So I'll be doing that after I've made sure all these other tests, you know, and all the mods that I'm running concurrently at the moment are working well. But yeah, if you see me kill people off, Lewis, it's because I use this is a mod that I made, not made, you know, I made it in the CK, but it just lets me kill off my enemies really quickly, right? And I've also got a sword that I can pick up from Dover Hawes. So that's what's going on, Lewis. Yeah, it's a one-shot kill. I want that because I just want to get on with the testing, all right? Jack, I could have some time, but the trouble is, Jack, if I start taking time out, you know, I enjoy gaming. The problem is I'll end up spending more and more time gaming than I will actually building. And, you know, whether I like it or not, you know, I do have commitments. People support me and Patreon me, and I have responsibility to those people first over my own, even over my own wants, mate. You know, you can't go around asking people for donations and support for your art and then not deliver, you know, on what you say you're going to deliver on. And because I've got the all-in-one, the TPOSC all-in-one, and I've got, you know, TPOS2, then I've got the standalone mods. There's always shit to be done, mate. That's why I get stressed, right? If you've been following my streams the last 3 or 4 days or 5 days of last week, you would have noticed I was getting a little bit stressed, a little bit worked up, because there's times it just gets to you, folks, you know. And it's not just one thing; it's all the real life stuff as well. So it's a combination of stuff. And sometimes I do get, you know, people say I'm if you go to some forums, you will see people say that I'm a temperamental git. Well, sometimes I am. I am a temperamental git because I work so damn hard, you know, and I've always got so much to do. Now, that's my choice. I'm not complaining about it. I enjoy it. But that's what I'm saying, Jack. If I start taking too much time away from what I'm doing, then I lose the thread of things because it is so complicated. Don't forget, I've got all the future quests to do as well, mate. So you know, sometimes if you want to achieve something in life, you just got to be disciplined. That's just the way it is, and some of the things have to go out the window. But, you know, that's my choice. Like I say, I'm not putting that on anyone else. That's my bag. I ask for support. I ask for donations. I ask people to support me in my streams. So, you know, I'm not going to moan about it. But it does mean you've got to sacrifice other stuff. But I would love, you know, like you, Jack, you said about coming along and teaming up with you in one of your online games. I'd love to do that. You know, and maybe when I get a bit further down the line with TPOSC, I can do that. But right now, I just can't, because if I take my eye off the ball, my work will suffer. And people, you know. Yeah, I know. Well, that's just, yeah, I know. Yeah, I suppose it's all about balance. But like I say, there's so much to do, mate. Like I say, down the line, maybe once I've got TPOSC, once I've got TPOS2, once I've got TPOS2 sorted out at the end of this year, mate, I could probably do that a bit more. But it's just so much fucking work, man. Unless I just say fuck it. You know? But I have told people that this is what I'm going to do, and I'm a man of my word. So I'm going to finish my work first, and then a year down the line, maybe I'll slow down a bit, you know? But I've got to get this work finished. That's just the way it is. And that, Lewis, is why, you know, I cheat in my streams with killing my enemies. Because I'm testing. I'm just making sure everything's working well, okay? And thanks for your patience, folks. Let's get on with it. Let's get on with this playthrough. Let's get on with some more dialogue. I want to hear some more dialogue. Whew. Okay, what time? It's 11. That's quite nice. It's quite light. That's nice. Nice depth of field there, like that. Let's have some torch. Good. Okay. Yeah, and in some way, that's what's going on, mate. I'm trying to perfect this mod pack. I'm trying to always, again, because there's always something you can improve upon, you know. But the quest to come and everything else, it's a lot of work, you know. And again, like I say, once I finish with TPOSC, right, it will just be then TPOSC, the People of Skyrim complete, which then I can start to relax a bit when I've only just got TPOSC and then TPOSC. But when I've got all these multiple projects going on that I've got to fine tune and finish off, I've got to do that first. It's as simple as that. You know? And again, especially Jack, you know, you're one of my patrons, you know. You know, I'm talking about all these quests in the future. I'm talking about what I'm doing here with the mod pack. So these have got to be completed. Then I can sort of, you know, relax a bit. You know? If people put their hands in their pockets and they patron me, and they support me through their choice, because all my work is free, then you know that work has to be met. You know, those obligations have to be met, and I'm not always perfect in terms of you know, my patron commitments, but I got very good patrons that understand I'm always working my ass off anyway. In terms of, I don't always stream on Patreon because I'm doing one thing or another. You know, I'm always posting, I'm always putting something out there, but not every tier gets what they deserve all the time, every month. You know, and I know most of my patrons get that. Because those that actually follow my work, they know what I do. You know, but in terms of my work, getting the mod pack out, making sure TPOSC is good, so on and so forth, that's all met, you know. TPOSC2, Xbox users, PC users, so on and so forth. You know, let's I think I'll just go through to the morning, actually, because it's quite dark, so you all can see. So yeah, I mean, I'm a bit pumped today, I must admit. I do feel I found the last, like I say, week or so. Oh, that was a yellow sunrise we had there. I went a bit far, never mind, but it looks good. Let's just enjoy this. I'm just actually gonna, I want to just walk along. He's running now, I don't want him running. How do I auto? I can't remember. No, can't remember which one's auto now. I'm having a bit of a mare on my buttons. So yeah, there you go, mate. Just look at his skin in the light. I always like to look in the skin when the light's on him. Okay. Oh, my chat box is just gone. Let's just save. I'm just going to come out and adjust my chat box, because I hate it when it does that. Okay. And, you know, that's a sort of, I mean, if you're ever interested, folks, in making mods or going down that path, you know, I mean, maybe if you're doing a one cell mod with a house, I mean, that can be a challenge on its own. You think of something like Elysium Estate. Making a mod like that's hard work, believe me. That takes some concentration and some skill if you've never modded before. So, you know, but something like TPOSC is a massive, massive mod. And I mean, you know, because of the nav mesh work in it and everything else. And it's been full-time for 10 years, less 9 months that I had out. And I love it. Don't get me wrong, I love what I do, but there are those days, and you'll find that with any mod author, there are days when it just gets on top of you. You know, it happens. And that reflects and comes out of you in whether it's the way there's discussions you have with people that ask questions, to your streams, to everything else, you know, because we're all human and we all deal with stress in different ways. But yeah, it's a fantastic journey, and I mean that, it is a fantastic journey. What am I thinking about here? I want some sneak.
Warm sand of elsewhere. Some come to
Can you train me to sneak?
But
can you train me to sneak?
Never see you coming.
To sneak? Do you know what? I'm still getting used to not hitting that button until they've spoken. So let's try that again with this guy.
Your road lead you to warm sand.
This one needs something?
Okay.
What have you got for sale?
What have you got for sale? I like that.
Take a look.
Take a look. Take a look. I like that. I do like that mod. It is growing on me. What else? Nothing there really I need.
I hope that you will come to do business with us again.
Nice rug. Nice ground texture. I've actually got a cat.
Keep your hands to yourself.
Okay, yeah. I've actually got a cat.
The longer we
He looks
travel the
alright.
roads of Skyrim, the more empty this land seems.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly, mate. Exactly, Jack, yeah. Yeah. Okay, nice and bright. I'm just going to pick up some magic. Then the question is, what am I going to do? I'm going to go to Markarth and Jay Spearer. I'm just thinking which mods I've got of his. I've got this one, for example.
City's closed with the dragons about.
You're going to know. Look at the
official business only.
Look at the amount of gold I got to pay, folks. Right, to bribe this guard, because I've got Jay Spearer's mod loaded in. The addresses speech crafting, because I've got no speech craft skills. I've got to pay a lot to bribe this guard.
Will this change your mind?
Welcome to Whiterun, fam. Go right on in.
It's the little touches, isn't it? It really is those little touches. And I like that NPC talk mod. That's good. Can I ask a question, Jack or Lewis or any of you out there? Earlier on, we were talking about...
Helgen got hit by a
We'll
dragon.
pay whatever it takes, but we must have more swords for the Imperial soldiers.
We were talking about the mod that changes the camera angle when the NPC speaks. Jack, do you know which mod changes the camera angle for the NPC when the player NPC speaks? Because I would love to have that loaded up. I can't remember what you said it was, but if you could post that on the Discord as well, so I could load that into the game, that would be good. That'd be really good.
But this talk of dragons? World's gone black.
Hi there.
Born crown, born of the north. Where you have come. You have come to hear the word of Talos.
I don't think I'll engage him. Oh, of course. Winter Sun here, folks. Forgot I had Winter Sun loaded up.
For you, Red Legions, for I love you.
Cheers. Thank you, Jack. I'd appreciate that. You're a star, mate. Thank you. Okay. Let's go and get some magic. Talk to the Jarl. Happy days. Okay, here we go. Let's not hit that speech button until I'm going to see if she's going to follow me. I'm going to get some magic quickly.
Come to Dragon's Reach
what have you
to
got for
discuss
sale?
the ongoing hostilities.
I did it again. I'm so used.
So you wish to master the arcane arts?
So used to hitting that button straight away. I've got to stop doing that now. Candlelight, clairvoyance, fast healing, firebolt, healing hands. Have that, 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 that. Take that, take that. That'll do for now. I'll have that as well.
So if you've got the aptitude, you should join the Mages College in Winterhold.
Okay, where's she to? Oh, here she comes. Okay. Oh.
What's the meaning of this interruption? Jarl Balgrup is not receiving visitors.
I have news from Helgen about the dragon attack.
Well, that explains why the guards let you in. Come
Brilliant.
on then. The Jarl will want to speak to you personally.
So, you were at Helgen. You saw this dragon with your own eyes?
The dragon destroyed Helgen, and last I saw it was heading this way.
By Ysmir, Irileth was right. What do you say now, Proventus? Shall we continue to trust in the strength of our walls against the dragon?
My lord, we should send troops to Riverwood at once. It's in the most immediate danger. If that dragon is lurking in the mountains...
The Jarl of Falkreath will view that as a provocation. He'll assume we're preparing to join Ulfric's side and attack him.
I
We should not.
I got an extension for my camera angle from Python, and actually it's really useful. Look how far I can draw back. Look, is that right? It is, you know. Look at that. Look.
Yes.
I can draw that far back
If you'll
with a
excuse me, I'll return to my duties.
with the change settings. It's really
That
useful.
would be best. Well done.
Just wait for him
You
to finish
sought me out
talking.
on your own initiative. You've done Whiterun a service, and I won't forget it. Here, take this as a small token of my esteem. There is another thing you could do for me. Suitable for someone of your particular talents.
What I must do as well is get some more braziers.
Come, let's go find
Get some
Farengar,
updates for that, I think.
My court wizard. He's been looking into a matter related to these dragons and
Rumors of
of
dragons. Must get some armor in a minute, folks, as well. Some decent armor.
Farengar, I think I found someone who can help you.
God,
with your
that's terrible on that table, on
dragon
that cloth.
project.
Sort that
Go
out.
ahead and fill him in with all the details.
Rest of
So
it's
the
all
Jarl
right.
thinks you can be of use to me. Oh yes, he must be. Yes, I could use someone to fetch something for me. Well, when I say fetch, I really mean delve into a dangerous ruin.
What
in
does this
search
have
of
to
an
do with
ancient
dragons?
stone
Did it
tablet
again.
That may or
I must wait till he
only a
finishes
brute
speaking.
Mercenary, but a thinker, perhaps even a scholar. You see, when the stories of dragons began to circulate, many dismissed them as mere fantasies, rumors, impossibilities. One sure mark of a fool is to dismiss anything that falls outside his experience as being impossible.
See, I love
So
that
I began
quote.
to search for information about dragons. Where had they gone all those years ago? And where were they coming from?
I love that quote, folks, and I am going to just say, you know, only a fool dismisses something that's outside of his experience. So, you know, if you haven't experienced it, it doesn't exist. How many, you know, times do you experience that in life, in people? They, you know, they just dismiss any possibility because it's not within what they've either been taught or in the realms of their personal experience. Love that quote, 'cause it's so on the money. Really is.
So what do you need me to do?
I learned of a certain stone tablet said to be housed in Bleak Falls Barrow. A dragon stone said to contain a map of dragon burial sites. Go to Bleak Falls Barrow, find this tablet, no doubt interred in the main chamber, and bring it to me. Simplicity itself.
Oh, do you mean this old stone?
Ah, the dragon stone of Bleak Falls Barrow. You already found it. You are cut from a different cloth than the usual brutes the Jarl foists on me.
Thank you, Jack. I really appreciate that. I could have done it myself, but the reality is I would have probably forgotten by the time I get out of this stream because I've got some patchwork to look at for someone who posted on my Discord. You know, there are just so many different things all the time, so I appreciate your help. Thanks, mate. Good stuff.
So what about my reward?
You'll have to see the Jarl about that. Maybe his steward, Avenici. I'm sure one of them will pay you appropriately.
Okay. That's good. Farengar. Here she comes.
Farengar, you need to come at once. A dragon's been sighted nearby.
You should come
You should
too.
come too.
Dragon, how exciting. Where was it seen? What was it doing?
I'd take this a bit more seriously if I were you. If a dragon decides to attack Whiterun, I don't know if we can stop it. Let's go.
So, Irileth tells me you came from the Western Watchtower?
Yes, my lord.
Tell him what you told me about the dragon.
Oh, that's right. We saw it coming from the south. It was fast.
It's
Faster
quite
than
light in
anything
here.
I've
It's good,
ever
but I'm going to stick a torch in as well in the mix just to see.
Is it attacking the
That's
Watchtower?
nice.
Cloaks,
Okay.
Imperials, dragons, Ain't no matter to me what I left. Let them come. I never ran so fast in my life. I thought it would come after me, for sure.
Good work, son. We'll take it from here. Head down to the barracks for some food and rest. You've earned it. Irileth, you better
Let's keep it on.
Some guardsmen and get down there.
I've already ordered my men to muster near the main gate.
Good. Don't fail me. There's no time to stand on ceremony, my friend. I need your help again. I want you to go with Irileth and help her fight this dragon. You survived Helgen, so you have more experience with dragons than anyone else here. But I haven't forgotten the service you did for me in retrieving the Dragon Stone for Farengar. As a token of my esteem, I have instructed Avenici that you are now permitted to purchase property in the city. And please, accept this gift from my personal armory.
I should come along.
Okay.
I would very much like to see this dragon.
No, I can't afford to risk both of you. I need you here working on ways to defend the city against these dragons.
As you command.
Actually, have I got any other weapons so we don't kill the dragon? No, I haven't. Okay. What I'll do is, so we don't kill the dragon straight away, folks, I'm just going to pick up another weapon, alright?
I hope you get...
Trouble is, they get a fairly...
in time.
What time of day is it going to be? Oh, look at that. Okay, man. Time of day. Brilliant. Okay. That's going to be a lovely sunset. Where's he to? No.
Need... What have you got for sale? The finest weapons and armor.
Okay. We'll take the 2 single swords. I might as well have that as well. And we'll use those to fight the dragon. Oh, what have I just done? What did I just do there? Elvin. Yeah. Where's the other one? Oh, I've got it in my hand, that's why. It's being dense there. Okay. That's it. Left and right. Okay, right. Okay. And then what I do is just fast travel back down to... Ooh! Within another couple of minutes, that sky's going to soften, you know, and it'll be nice and yellow and like the old sunsets I remember as a kid. Okay, let's get back to meeting Irileth. And then we'll go through to the morning. I'll make sure there's plenty of light for you to see, folks, okay? Okay, time of day. Right, let's get through to the morning then, so you can see. Makes sense. Okay, bit foggy, but that would do. Let's save just in case.
No signs of any dragon right now, but it sure looks like he's been...
So we'll do this properly with the dragon, as in, I won't use my bow, folks, I'll just use my blades to kill him, alright? So we can have an extended fight. We'll see how the area reacts to an extended fight, everything that's going on in stream. And just because I want to fight a dragon without killing him straight away, hear some of the dialogue maybe as well, that'd be nice.
Get under cover. The dragon, it's still
And
around.
a bit of luck, and pick up some white run armor as well.
Kinneret, save us. Here he comes again.
Here he comes. Find cover and make every arrow count.
Save.
Come on. It's a dragon.
Come on, land, you piece of shit. Here we go. Whoa, he's coming in. Dover keep. Ooh. Dear me. Oh, come on, Nesbit. For God's sake. No, now I'm underneath him. Oh, I hate it when that happens. Oh, dear me, I am not doing so well. In fact, I'm going to go to my big sword, I think. Never been very good with two-handed. Come on. Land. You are brave, Oh. One thing I love about my E&B preset, folks, if you notice... I bet. You know, I've got no armor. I've only got like the fur, of course. But what I love about the EMB preset is with flames or big dragon attacks or anything like that, with where fire is concerned, it totally blinds you. You just, you know. Come on, dragon, land. Yeah, wounds will be interesting, Jack. I'm sure. Here he comes. Come on. Here we go. You're mine now, dragon. Oh, let's get out from underneath him. I hate it. I think there is a mod actually that deals with those collisions, but I haven't got that loaded up. You can have that. Just stay there. Nice. I better heal. One hit and I'm dead. Oh, who killed him? Oh, man. I wanted to kill him. Yeah, bums. I don't want that helmet. Boost! I'm just going to a Civil War point, a Civil War spawn that's added by TPOSC, folks. I'm going to pick up my fur collar, my loved and favoured fur collar that I like for my character. And then we'll go back to White Run. Just down here we got a Civil War spawn. You see how the features added by the People of Skyrim complete and the forested area of the tundra. Here we go, there's a Civil War spawn. Hopefully I'll pick up some added stuff. Now, is there a collar here? No, I don't think there is. That's sod's law. No, there's no collars. Okay, alright. Back to Whiterun then.
I can't believe it. You're Dragonborn.
Dragonborn? What do you mean?
In the very oldest tales, back from when there were still dragons in Skyrim, the Dragonborn would slay dragons and steal their power. That's what you did, isn't it? Absorb the dragon's power.
I think you may be right.
Yes, I think I am. You can shout now. That can only mean one thing. You must be Dragonborn.
Dragonborn? What are you talking about?
That's right. My grandfather used to tell stories about the Dragonborn. Those born with the dragon blood in them. Like old TPOSC himself.
I've never heard of TPOSC killing any dragons.
There weren't any dragons then, idiot. They're just coming back now for the first time in forever. But the old tales tell of the Dragonborn who could kill dragons by stealing their power.
I've also got a jump cheat mod as well, folks, which I like to use in game. It can speed things up. It also helps me with testing if I want to test certain areas and stuff. So you'll see me fall and acquire no fall damage as well, because it stops that as well. So just something I like to use. And again, I mean, I definitely think, like I say, my OBS is working well, because, folks, you're only about 30 seconds behind me in stream. So that's good too.
Been told you're not allowed here. Turn around and go back to
Good afternoon.
Who are you looking for?
A woman, a foreigner in these lands. Redguard, like us. She is likely not using her true name. We will pay for any information regarding her location. We are not welcome here in Whiterun, so we will be in Rorikstead if you learn anything.
Okay.
She cannot hide from us forever. All we ask is to look for her.
I don't care what you're doing. After what happened, you're lucky I don't toss you in jail. Now get lost.
We will be back. This is not over.
Love that armor, folks. Love that armor. The Horse Lord armor. Brilliant.
Battleborn, give me your money.
I know your family's honor is important to you, but we can't afford it.
It took me weeks to find that thieves dead.
I love.
Hello, Jake. Yeah, Jake, it is. And with an upgrade by one of the texture authors. He's done a hell of a lot of armors recently. Nice to see you, Jake, by the way. I hope you're doing well, mate. I hope you and your family are happy, healthy, and everything's going well for you in your life. Yeah, it's...
You did it. You killed the
Oh,
dragon.
nice depth of field there. Yeah, Jake, so, yeah, that's what that is, yeah. Right, let's just forward this then.
Good. You're finally here. The Jarl's been waiting for you.
So what happened at the watchtower? Was the dragon there?
I killed the dragon. I think I deserve a reward.
There's no question about that. It was a mighty deed.
A mighty
You've
deed.
earned a place of honor among the heroes of Whiterun.
Oh, thank you.
But there must be more to it than that. Did something strange happen when the dragon died?
When the dragon died, I absorbed some kind of power from it.
So it's true. The Greybeards really were summoning you.
The Greybeards?
Masters of the way.
Yeah, so I found out
Sailors
earlier,
seclusion
Jake.
high
Yeah.
on the slopes of the throat of the world.
That's the mod we're testing today, the voice dialogue overhaul for the player. What I'm hoping is, Jake, right? I've never played Fallout 4, by the way, folks, but what I'm hoping is someone, now that this mod is out, is just going to give a selection of different voices down the line, you know, so we can change it up.
What do these Greybeards want with me?
The Dragonborn is said to be uniquely gifted in the voice. The ability to focus your vital essence into a thum or shout. If you really are Dragonborn, they can teach you how to use your gift. The Greybeards.
The Greybeards.
You've done a great... By my... I assume... I'll also... We are honored to have you as Thane of our city,
as you return. Whiterun, that was the voice of the Greybeards, summoning you to High Rothgar. This hasn't happened in centuries, at least. Not since Tabitha himself was summoned when he was still
Talos of Amora.
Rungar, calm
Brilliant.
yourself.
Okay.
What does any of this Nord nonsense have to do with our...
Right, so now that we've done that, I'm just going to amble, because we would have released some dragon TPOSC dragon spawns now, folks.
Another wanderer here to lick my father's
Let's
Jarl has appointed me to be your house, Carl.
Follow me. I need
It's
your
an
help.
honor to serve
Ah,
you.
just wait for the dialogue to
way.
finish. We're going to go and get Indigo as well to continue that test, just to make sure, all right? Not Indigo, so Inigo. Sorry, Inigo. All right. So we're going to pick him up in Riften. I'm going to go to Markarth first, and then we're going to adventure, folks. We'll do some more stuff.
There has been talk amongst the guards that you are
Dragonborn.
But
Such a thing.
Surely that's not possible.
And
Do
you're
you get to
still
the
only
Cloud
about
District very often?
not well. You may not be, but in my stream, at the back end of YouTube, I'm just coming out of Dragon Bridge now, just as I'm about to leave Whiterun. So the stream is keeping up, and that's really good. Because when I had those other settings for OBS, it was miles behind. So no wonder I had problems. I obviously had it far too high in settings. I just got to do the scroll chat box, folks. That's moved, so that's done. The chat box is scrolled up, so now I've got to go. Okay. Thanks for those likes, by the way, folks. I appreciate it. Right? And I appreciate you sharing your time as always. Again, because time is a valuable commodity, as we all know, in this world. Okay, let's get on with it. So, Markarth, just so I can pick up a sword, okay? And then we're going to pick up Indigo.
Need a ride?
I love that candle.
I can take you to any of the hold
I'd like to
capitals.
hire your carriage.
Oop.
Where do you want to go?
We're going to go to
Markarth.
Ah!
Climb and back,
He
and
even
we'll be
says
off.
where he wants to go, look. Markarth, that's good. Glad about that. That's a nice little... That's good. Immersive. Good stuff.
You ready to go yet?
Yep. And I'll be able to, there'll be another Civil War spawn, so I'll be able to see if I can get my Roth for my NPC character that I like, his neck collar thing. Okay. Time of day. Let's go through to the morning. Oh, that'll do, because it looks like it's going to be quite nice. Opaque there. Time of day. Yep. Just dawn's just coming. Pick up those torches. Pray at the shrine to Talos, my god. Excuse me. This is a TPOSC player home, folks, okay? The key for the home is in the lockbox. When you've gone through Fort Peak, if you don't know, there are fast travels from the House of Zell that are all over Skyrim. The key to these fast travels are in the bedroom of the House of Zell, but you need to go to Fort Peak, and that's a real challenge. Again, my chat box has moved, so I'm just going to scroll that down. Okay. Hopefully it won't do it again. I can only pray. It doesn't. Okay, it's saved there. Got those torches. Let's go get my sword. Another player home. The player home behind us there that we just come away from is a very small player home, okay? Very small, with a couple of mannequins. We're now going to a collector's home that TPOSC adds to the game, called Dover Halls, and a TPOSC. Look at this, look. TPOSC Markarth border. All right, there's about 15 border holes in TPOSC. All right, and this is just one of the border holes. And Dover Halls, which is a player home, is just through this valley. Got nice, and the soft sunset is from TPOSC Setting Suns, if you don't know.
Take this and hold on to it. I'll be back for it later. Pay you good. No time to talk. Snitch or double-cross me and I'll kill you. I mean it.
Threaten me, will you?
Enough!
Oh.
Should have come here.
Oh, I missed him. Let's just...
Did you see someone run past just now?
Oh, what's going on?
Yes. How did you get this?
He didn't say nothing.
Never mind. Here, it's not much.
That was
but
blank,
it's
folks. He
I'm
didn't
going
say
to track
nothing.
down that thief and murder him. I'll mount your head on my wall.
That response hasn't been fulfilled.
That's the last of them. Yes? Need something?
Lewis, in terms of the voice acting, I mean, what I'll do is, I mean, as I haven't seen any crashes yet, but what I'm going to do is test as many scenarios as possible. A couple of days. You know, I'm going to run it in the mod pack for 2 or 3 days, and if I don't see any issues, I'll include it as part of the mod pack. Because don't forget, right, we just saw that guy not talk. So that dialogue was either missed or wasn't fulfilled, or it's a bug or something. There was no crashes or anything, so that's not an issue. There's other scenarios I want to test, you know. So yeah, 2 or 3 days. That's when I'm going to do some of the main quests, and then I'll run with it. I can't test it all.
Yeah.
I'll check the ESP and Xedit and stuff like that, Lewis. So yeah, I'll be as sure as I can be, and then I'll release it. But it does require some work, to be honest with you. Because it could work for most 80% of the NPCs. You could go to one NPC, you could get a crash. You know, one particular situation, you get a crash. But you generally get a sense, once I've checked it in Xedit. Oh, TPOSC dragon spawn, folks. Here we go, okay. 3 dragons coming up. There's 3 dragons. Here we go, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to cheat, of course. Ah! Can't see shit. Got him, I think. Look at that effects. Look at that smoke effects, man. Outstanding. Damn. Can't see shit. I've got to go back in the Dover Halls in a minute as well. Oh. Got him. Alright. That's 2. They do not respawn. These dragons do not respawn, alright? Just so you know. 1 dragon flew off across Markarth. This one's dead. No, he's not. He's still alive, I think. Let's have a look. Well, he's dead now. This claim is so... Okay. We'll deal with that other one later. We're just going to go to Dover Halls now and get my sword. You know, at the end of the day, it's about being thorough, Lewis, if you're still there. Making sure, you know, that something works really well. And with a mod that big, that changes all that dialogue, you know, I mean, someone like me, you know, I mean, the average game player isn't even going to be bothered by you know, they're going to trust the mod, they're going to use it, but I'm putting out a mod pack, so like I say, I'm going to make sure it's pretty solid before I decide to include it with my revision 5 mod pack. So yeah, so I just had to go out and check my chat box, folks, and scroll it back down. So yeah, but this is Dover Halls. It's a player home, a collector's home, and it's not fancy, okay? You know, my TPOS homes are practical. So you got somewhere to store all your armor, sleep, fast travel to different locations and stuff like that. Store your books in the library, you know, whatever. And craft. And again, you know, if the E&B preset for you, folks, is too dark and you don't like this, oh shit, wrong one. Hold on. You can easily just adjust the settings so it's much brighter. Okay, I do like darker settings, as I've said and as you all know, so I'm going back to what I like. Okay, and like I said, it's just a player home for people, and this is one of 2 collectors' homes, okay, that are quite large. You've got somewhere you can sleep as well and stuff like that. I'm just going to pick up the sword, and there are cheats, right? There's a cheat armor here if you want to cheat, but you don't have to use these. You can just ignore the things, all right? If you don't like cheats in your game, just ignore them, all right? You don't have to use the cheats that I put in. These are the cheats I use to test, all right? When I test my mods, when I test my mod packs, my mods, and when I'm doing other tests. And I just wanted to dispatch my enemies and get on with the testing, okay? Because I don't want to be fighting for 10 minutes or so, or constantly, because don't forget, TPOSC is not linear in gameplay. So you have enemies that are more than less than you, you know. And I don't want to be dying all the time. Not worrying about my armor, having to increase my armor and all the rest of it. Just want to get through the testing and get on with it. Let's look at these. That's good quality. That's nice. Okay. So, what am I doing now? Ah, that's it. I want to pick up indigo. And what I will do is I will revert to an easier, you know, a less of a cheat. I'm going to stick with that sword unless I really need it. Unless I really need help, you know, if I'm taking a pasting or something. So let's move back to the carriage driver then. We'll check out the light as we go through the valley here. And then I'm going to go and get indigo. And we can go from there. We're going to we're going to have some fun. That's what I think we should be doing. Oh yeah, I saw the J Spearer mod. Oh, he did die. I did get him. That's all right. Let's have his soul then. Yeah, I saw that. I saw some images he put out. It's going to be interesting, I expect, Jake. That's going to be very interesting. I'll probably add it to the mod pack. Yeah. Yeah. But also, Lewis, don't forget, I'm not just testing. You know, there's all these bits of software, right, that you can use. You're right, there is. You know, Xedit. You can do a hell of a lot with Xedit. But at the end of the day as well,
the return of the Dragonborn.
All right, at the end of the day, when you're running a mod pack like this with Luxfire, right, all these mods can tell you where there's conflicts. You can even use Xedit to remove conflicts and get, you know, apply your overwrites, bring references forward, so on and so forth. But it still don't do it, folks. It still doesn't do it. In my experience, right, you can do all that. And I'll give you an example. I'll give you an example why. Even if you do all that, there are patches out there, right, for TPOSC. Now, Jack, if you're still here, you'll know this. When we were testing in the early days, folks, for Luxfire and exterior frames per second, right, I used a patch for exterior frames per second, right? And I was using other patches that were already out there for TPOSC and exterior frames per second. And what did we see? We saw errors and we saw elements popping in because those people hadn't tested their patches in game with TPOSC and exterior frames per second. So, you know, they've used Xedit, they've used these tools to create patches, but they haven't checked their work in game. And so when we went to Riverside Goods in Iverstead, the patch for exterior frames per second, they hadn't altered the collisions with the bridges and dropped them a bit lower, or they missed stuff. Now they you know, there was no conflicts between cells and Xedit in those patches, so they didn't think about checking. But there was a conflict with those collisions or those plane markers that were put in that patch, and they hadn't checked the area because they thought they'd done their job with Xedit in these tools. Well, they hadn't, because the fucking things were popping in and out. So let me tell you now, folks, right? If you have people talking, now I am going to get antsy here and pissed off, because this has pissed me off, right? Because you get smart asses come at you online, right? When you're doing your work, and they think, oh, I've patched, or no, my patch is fine, or you haven't done this, or you don't need to do this, you don't need to do that. Now, even when you've made a patch, you've still got to test the fucking thing out, totally and utterly. All right, it's a fact. And I've just incited one example, and I could give you another 10 off the top of my head, right, of this sort of shit, where people think they've made a patch and that's all you've got to do in Xedit. No, you don't. You've then got to test it, and why? I'm going to tell you why. Because you have adjacent cells where there may be two mods that aren't sharing the same cell, but the cells are adjacent to them, and it causes errors, whether through nav mesh or planes or collisions or whatever. Right? There's cells, right, that Luxfire adds collisions to, and TPOSC doesn't touch. But because we've got cells that are joined, it fucks everything up. So that's why I've been across the whole of Skyrim with my all-in-one patch, and it's taken me a year to test and make sure everything works right. And then I get people, you know, talking shit about my work. That does piss me off, folks, and I'm not going to hold back on that. Because, you know, I'm in-game every day for a year and all the years before doing all the shit. I won't talk about textures, I won't talk about meshes. I'm not skilled in those. But this shit, I know. This shit, I know, all right? And that's why even when you've made your patch, you've got to test it, all right? If it's just for one mod, that's fine. But when you've got hundreds of mods, or say 20 mods that share world edits and all the rest of it, or a mod like exterior frames per second, Luxfire and TPOSC, it takes work. It takes real work, all right? Because those pieces of software just doesn't do it on its own, all right? It's as simple as that. And Lewis, there's only one person you can trust when it comes to your load order, and that's you, and that's your own experience. All right? It's as simple as that. All right? And like I talked earlier, folks, about there's a couple of references in the TPOSC all-in-one patch, right, that I haven't brought forward. Now, people will say, if they're Xedit savvy, they say, oh, Nesbit hasn't brought these references forward. Well, there's two references in my all-in-one patch I haven't brought forward, and I think it's from the CC content, because they affect Hadfar's pathing out of the cave. And that's why I haven't brought them forward, because if you see the beginning of the stream, Hadfar paths out of the cave. If you don't believe me, bring those two references forward, start a new game, and then see if Hadfar paths out of the cave. It'll come out of the cave and it'll stand still, because there's a crossover, multiple mod conflicts. So you've got to understand, right, that it isn't all black and white. And most people just repeat shit. The only way, Lewis, or any of you out there, if you're listening to this, is to trust your own instincts and learn for yourself. Because we all have different systems, we all have different mods loaded in our load order, and we all have mods that will cross over and conflict in different ways. Multiple mod conflicts. And then, like, you can have loads of different patches, right, running in your load order, folks, and they're going to cross over. The only reason this all-in-one or this mod pack works is because I have an all-in-one patch. So all those individual patches that would have clashed are all blended together. And like I say, you know, anyone wants to challenge that, feel free, because I've been doing this for a year and I know how things work. That's just for the all-in-one patch, let alone the 10 years that I've been doing all this. Multiple mod conflicts, you know, and you know, Skyrim is not pure math. There's not pure math with all this. Xedit will only get you so far. All these other pieces of software will only get you so far because there's cells that sit together, like I said, like I explained, that may not share any references or whatever, but they will clash. You need to finalize navmesh. The amount of navmesh I've needed to refinalize between TPOSC and Luxfire and all the rest of it. So, you know, like I say, I don't know about textures and meshes, but I know about this. And I know all the errors that we've seen in stream. So at the end of the day, Lewis, I'll go back to it. You trust yourself. And you work out the truth for yourself, because at the end of the day, that's what I did. I listened to a lot of other people. But at the end of the day, I find Skyrim is a far more subtle game to do a lot with than just a bit of software can help you with. If you're just running a couple of mods, fine. But if you're doing something like the TPOSC mod pack, those pieces of software alone aren't going to help you. It takes far more work than that. And I can cite you examples, and you can actually look back, folks, on my streams, and you can see the development. That's why I did these streams. They're proof of concept. Alright? That's just the way it is. It's proof of concept. So when people talk shit about TPOSC, that's why I get funny. Because half of them don't know what they're talking about. They got no idea what they're talking about. They haven't, you know. Most of them are just repeaters that are repeating off information that they think is right from one group of people or another. Go in physically, deal with the issue. Test it again and again, and make sure those NPCs are pathing the way they should. Make sure all the frames per second are running at 60 through your whole game, like you've seen me do through all these streams. And then come back and we'll talk. That's what I say to people, you know, that try to be funny with me, you know. I'll give you an example, right? You go and look at the Indigo page, right? That's the point. We're going to get Indigo. You look at my Indigo, or Inigo, ESP, right? That I loaded up for people with the permission of the author. You go and look at the comment. There's a comment on there from a person when I said to you, you need to start a new game, right? When you change references in an ESP. Just go and have a look at that comment for an example. And he's just a repeater. And he even cites the community. Now, that's repeating. You go and do it physically. Go and work with an ESP and test it again and again and see how it affects the game. If you don't start a new game when you remove references from an ESP. Now that's a bit of a rant, I know, folks, but it pisses me off. Because that's a sore subject, that. Because you get so many people talking shit. And they're talking shit as far as I'm concerned.
Traveling in the
I'd like to
Reach is
hire your
dangerous.
carriage.
You need a good carriage. Where do you want to go?
Where are we going? We're going to go to Riften, and we're going to pick up Indigo.
And we'll be off.
So like I say, you know, you work it out for yourselves like I worked it out. Because I listen to a lot of bad advice, just like everyone else does. And over all these years, I've learned that Skyrim isn't quite as cut and dried as some people like to make it. And most people just repeat. So I'll say it again, Lewis, trust yourself. All right? Test, find out for yourself.
Hold there. Before I let you into Riften, you need to pay the visitor's tax.
What's the tax for?
For the privilege of entering the city. What does it matter?
This is obviously a shakedown.
And that's Jay Spearer's mod there as well, folks, if you're wondering about the coin. I haven't advanced my speechcraft, so it's really expensive.
Head into the city.
You know, again, like I say, the Xedit mod is a brilliant mod, or piece of software. Or any bit of software that helps you check your files. They're invaluable, don't get me wrong, but they're not the total picture. That's what I'm saying. They are not the total picture by no means, folks. All right? I could give you another example, but I won't.
When you borrowed the money, you said you'd pay it back on time. Take my advice. Don't listen
What's
to that
Net,
talk
Lewis?
with
I've never
your
used it,
face
so
down in the ragged flag.
so yeah. I love these windows. Look at this, folks. I love this. I'm gonna big up WizKid here because if you look at the windows here, right? Look at the light, the particle lights on these windows. I think that's absolutely lovely. And again, you'll have to forgive my passion there, folks, if you think, cool, Nesbit's on one there. But you've got to understand, like I say, I mean, I get a lot of people, not just talking about my work, but I see them talk about other people's work in very negative ways. And I think it's, you know, and most of them don't even know what they're on about. You know, and I think I think unless you know what you're on about, keep your mouth shut. That's what I say, you know. That's why I don't talk about textures much or messages or anything like that. I don't know it. I don't know the work, you know.
A fellow Nord.
Ah, right, okay.
I trust you're bringing the fight to the Empire.
But is that logs for? Lewis, is that logs for?
They're just thugs, vermin, creeping around.
For actually people that write the software, because there's different types of logs, isn't there? Yeah, I mean, you get people post logs from Papyrus, and as Arthmore rightly said, you know, they're not actually relevant. Half the time, the logs that you're getting aren't actually relevant to the mods that they're citing as causes of the problem. Do you know what I mean? I remember reading a conversation about this, about Papyrus logs, or they generate, and people will post them on the author's web page. And Arthmore, I think he's right in saying that they're actually for developers of code. Those logs are only actually useful for developers of code. They're not actually related per se to a mod. Am I correct in saying that, if I remember rightly? Yeah. So I'm not interested in what sort of logs you're looking at, because as you know, because you get a lot of laymen citing that as well. They come on. Okay, yeah, because those logs, those particular types of logs are for people that are writing code. Yeah, that's what I understand.
Hey,
unless you're looking at something else.
Down here. Official business
Looks like I've got to pay a bit more code.
Can I pass now?
Sure, that'll do just fine. Go on ahead.
I'll tell you what, actually, mate. Post me a link to that. Is it just called Net? Is it? But if you've got a link for it, if it's just Net, I can remember that. But if not, post a link. I'd find that interesting. And again, I would say, you know, folks, another reason. See, this is another reason. I'll bring this up as well. There's another reason I did these streams, because these streams are actually proof of concept. You know, I think we must be heading towards 600 hours of gameplay with this mod pack. You know, and hardly any issues. You know, so let's see if I can get into this. This is a depth. I've got 12 lockpicks. So, like I say, I always find the community very interesting in this regard. You know, the way things are done, the way people go about things.
I'm warning you. You have committed crimes against Skyrim and your people.
Oh dear.
What say you in your defense?
Let's just pay the 5 gold.
I'll pay off my bounty.
Smart man. Now.
Oh shit! Damn it! Oh well, it's only 5 gold. And all right, we're back where we're meant to be, so that's good. Let's go get Indigo. Indigo. I always say his name wrong. Okay.
Disrespect the law and you disrespect me. I'd be a lot warmer and a lot happier with a belly full of meat.
Come to kill me at the last, have you? Thank the gods.
Excuse me?
Bear the guilt no longer. I know I
Just
must
move
die.
this on.
Beware, though. My newfound... I am in no mood for jokes. Strike me down. Take your revenge.
Oh, come on. Be quiet, mate.
You don't remember? That is my fault also. I am yours. After I shot you, they said I was wasting their time. I had to pay them to put me in the cell. It is where I fight with you. Or die defending you. Yes, I accept. I feel lighter in my
We wasn't
heart
going to
now.
have any...
Do not joke about such things, my friend.
We wasn't going to have any dialogue with Inigo, because obviously the Dragonborn voiceover mod hasn't patched for that, so we're not going to have any dialogue there. So that's fair enough.
What is on your mind?
Let's just see if I can...
I need to trade some things with you.
Oh, no. Look. Oh, no, that'll be part of the...
You give me
that's
best
all right.
equipment, yes?
That's good. That makes sense that he's got that. Right, what have I got here? Let's give him that to begin with. And that. I guess that and that. For now.
What's next?
Oh, and some
Speak to
weapons. Let's just give him some weapons.
I need to trade some things with you.
I hope this will be a mutually beneficial exchange.
Where's mine? Alright, he's already got that and that. I'll give him that, I think.
Let us go.
We'll show those faithless dogs
I'm right
who
behind
this
you.
land belongs to.
I need to trade some things with you.
I am sworn to carry your burdens. Lead on.
Yeah, but crash logs, going back to that now I finished with those two. Like I say, as far as I'm concerned, well, what I knew about crash logs, they were for developers. But anyway, there you go. But then papyrus is, again, I'll admit, papyrus and log areas is not something that I've got a lot into. Because, you know, with every mod, or with even the Skyrim game, you go into the logs and there are thousands upon thousands of errors when you open up the CK, for example. You know, you got the log report file opens up and there's just tons and tons of log errors for something that's just standard as, you know, the voice dialogues and one thing another for Skyrim alone and for other mods. So, yeah, so I won't say I know much about that because I don't. But what I do know is crash logs are basically for developers, from what Arthmore said, if Arthmore's correct in that regard. Right, so now that we've done that then, and I've got over that little 5-minute rant of mine on what pisses me off about the gaming community, and again about game testing, which is relevant, and I hope you all find that useful as well, actually, because it is. Because again, I always say the proof's in the pudding, and Skyrim isn't a pure bit of science either. Don't forget, Skyrim's not a pure bit of science, folks. Yeah. But you all do what's right for you. You can all believe what you like. And I will follow my learning and instinct and what I've read. And what I've read compared to practice as well. Because that's the big one, you know. Thousands of gameplay with Skyrim. Hundreds and hundreds of hours in working on this mod pack alone. And what I've done for all the patching that I've done over the years as well. Because that teaches you a lot as well. So, but again, I'm just checking this area briefly because there's been changes, folks. I just want to check. Again, WizKids particle lighting for the windows. So, yeah, but that does grind my gears, and I think that's fair enough. I think you find just about every author gets pissed off with people talking shit about their work, you know. Fair observations are fair observations, but shit is shit, you know. Let's go with it.
Need a ride?
Where are we going to go now? Let me just think what I want to do. What time is it? 1:52. That's all right. That's all right. Not in terms of gameplay, and nearly 3 o'clock. So we're doing all right for time. So, actually, I'm going to head to Iverstead. What I want to do, we're going to go and visit the Greybeards. But what I want to do here, folks, is I want to test the performance to Iverstead, or just test the gameplay to Iverstead. So we're going to cross the river and get to Iverstead and up to the High Rothguard. We might as well do that now because we'll be forwarding and releasing a lot of the TPOSC spawns. So net. You just said it was net, I think you said, wasn't it, Lewis? I'll try that. I'll have a look at that website. That interests me. I want to see what goes on there, what sort of reports go on, what people say, what people in the know say compared to the layman. Always interesting to watch and observe. Here we go. Let's get across here. I like that, the grass reflection there on the water. That's nice. Okay. So I'm not going to hammer it along here because I just want to get a feeling for what's going on. Oh, NetScript. Oh, I know it, Lewis. Ah, right. I know what you're on about. Yeah. I know it. I know it. Sorry, I did wonder what you were on about there for a minute. I'm with you. Okay. All right. Thanks. Cheers.
Hello, Lydia. We have not been
I know what you mean.
introduced yet. My name is Inigo.
I haven't been there for a while, but I know what you mean.
Where are you?
This is nice. This is looking nice, folks.
I am the blue thing.
Actually, let's just check the log.
The blue thing.
Oh, excellent.
Hi. It's very nice to meet
There's
you.
Lady support.
Likewise. Are you feeling
Or
okay?
Lydia, sorry.
You
Whatever her
seem
name is.
distracted.
What's her name? Yeah, Lydia.
What were we talking about?
I was just saying.
This is brilliant.
You seem a bit distracted.
Excellent.
I've got some fresh cabbage. I'm thinking of making some apple cabbage
That's
stew.
brilliant. No, I like that. That's a nice touch. Okay, right here. So those two interact with each other. That's nice. That's what I wanted to do. TFC, folks.
Maybe I'll do turnips next.
Just want to get a sense
Or
of...
maybe radishes.
I hope her sword arm works better than her head. Jeez.
Why, you...
Better get armed up, I guess. Let's just use the Dwarven Greatsword and move on. So yeah, just for your information as well, folks, if you're wondering, or if you're, I don't know what you're into, guys and girls, you know, or any that listen later, but if you are into patching as well, you know, as I said, for example, when I patch for Lux, and you'll see this in the early videos before we hit the 60-hour mark, and I finished the patches, we had some real terrible performance with frames per second, and one of the areas was here, right? And let me just let's just get to where am I to? You see Woodland's Grace Cabin, right? We got that there. That's TPOSC, and we got the sawmill here. And something about, you know, again, if you've ever modded or patched for a mod, and sometimes you'll put collisions that, you know, collisions stop NPCs walking into things. They're an easier solution to nav meshing something. I always like to nav mesh though, because I can find that collisions can create just as many problems as they can solve. So, but here, for example, there was real bad performances in terms of the crossovers between TPOSC and the nav mesh and collisions, and I just had cells that sat next to Lux Fire, and we didn't actually share the same cells, but I just edited the cells adjacent to Lux Fire. And as I said, the proof was in the pudding, because without the patch support, the nav mesh was fucking terrible. And by removing just the odd collision here and there, or refinalizing and bringing the nodes together, and when I say the nodes, those are the little red dots that you bring together, so the cells are adjoined and you get the green line that joins the nav mesh up. And sometimes if you've got unfinalized nav mesh, what it means is you don't have the green line because the nav mesh isn't finalized properly and all the rest of it. So Lux may not have touched the nav mesh in the cell, but anyway, what's going on? He has got a cell that's adjacent to TPOSC, and just by bringing the nav mesh and refinalizing the nav mesh and removing a collision and nav meshing the space that Lux has edited, rather than having the collision, improve the performance. Moving close to the cells, you know, so coming from 3 or 4 cells back into the cell, you'd see... Yeah, Lewis. I mean, if you're just using... Again, but like I say, I'm patching for TPOSC, and this all in one pack, and... There's multiple crossovers, so it's a bit more complicated, yeah. Than in terms of if you're just, for example, we're also using exterior frames per second that shared this in the same cells as well. So I'm just saying, you know, you can use patches that are on the Nexus for the mods you use, and they'll be absolutely fine. But I'm just talking about a more complex setup now, folks. All right, because again, putting it in context, if you're just using, let's just say, for example, Lewis is using JKs and Lux, he's going to have no problems whatsoever. All right, because Lux and JKs are patched for, and Lewis is not running any other mods, right, that clash with those two mods. So he's going to have no problems whatsoever. And the patches that he's got are absolutely fine. Yeah, no problems. They're all doing, the patches and the mods are all doing what they should be doing because there's no conflicts. But let's say, for example, like with my TPOSC mod pack example, you've got Luxfire, right? And you've got, say, JKs, right? Now you've just loaded, right, exterior frames per second. and there isn't a patch for exterior frames per second for Lux Fire, but let's just say there's one for JKs. Well, that's fine. JKs is now supported, but now you're running a mod, exterior frames per second, that isn't supporting Lux Fire. And therein where you start getting anomalies. All right, and people won't pick up on that. But, so this all-in-one patch that I've built, this part of the mod pack, allows for all of that. And that's what I meant by multiple mod conflicts. And why sometimes as well, even, for example, like I say, if you've got patches that patch for a mod, that's great. But you may have mods, you might be running mods that have cells that are adjacent to another mod, and the Xedit will show no conflicts, but you might find that you have negative effects. And if you do, it's because, you know, that's why. They're very close, or they have adjacent cells, stuff like that. It's complicated. I expect half of you aren't even interested in what I'm talking about. But I thought, you know, I'd try to clarify that just a little bit more. So if you are having in-game issues, you might be able to isolate it. You might realise that, you know, your exterior frames per second mod that you're running isn't patched for, let's say, just as an example, Lux Fire. And that's why you're getting problems, because you've got Lux Fire exterior frames per second and they're clashing in particular cells. Oh my God, here we go. There's goblins somewhere. Here we go. Let's kill these. Oh, he's tough. Jesus, he is quite tough. Oh, that's because I'm using my normal sword. Not my cheat sword. How are my other guys doing? He's dead. What about the rest of them? Are they done? I think they are. Cool, my followers, finish those off quickly. So yeah, I mean, I won't go on any more about that. I'll leave that alone. But I just thought that might help if you're actually interested in how patching can work and how your game can be affected by things, you know? There's a rat. Now, where are we going? What are we doing? I've got Inigo. So let's go. That's good. So I still want to check out that dialogue. So I think it's best we just get on with the quest. And I'm going to carry on questing for a few days now, folks. Might as well do that. Because I want to carry on that that check for the dialogue mod. That's right, we're heading up. That's it, I'm going to Iverstead, aren't I? I remember. That's what I'm doing. We're heading off to Iverstead. What am I doing? Journal. Let's just come out a minute. Journal. Okay, that's good. What time of day is it? Okay, getting into the night. Oh God, is that a... It is. Let's just take him out. We got a bandit there, a thief. Just take him out rather than have the... Oh no, let's leave the dialogue, I guess.
All right.
Let's check out the dialogue.
Or I'll gut you like a fish.
I'd rather
die.
Oh dear. Excellent. All right, let's keep going. So, Lewis, can I ask, what's your primary load order? I mean, what are you using? You know, are you using like a series of JKs, exteriors, interiors? You know, what sort of stuff are you into? In fact, that's a question for anyone, actually, that's listening. You know, what's your favourite mods? Just thought I'd ask, out of curiosity. You know, do you like, you know, JP Steels or Miss Jenny Bees, or, you know, who's your favourite authors on the Nexus, that is? Or in terms of towns and cities, stuff like that, yeah? And don't worry, it doesn't matter if it's not mine. I don't, you know, we all like different stuff. Just curious what you like, guys like, yeah? Yeah, that's what I like mostly, Lewis. I like my landscape and texture overhauls, you know? I mean, I do like JK, some of JK's interiors. They're really nice. I love 22X by Profusher, however you pronounce his name. I'm not very good at pronunciation, so you have to forgive me on that. There's a TPOSC bandit camp we're just running past here, folks. But I'll leave that for another time. But yeah. I like Elysium Estate, stuff like that. And Skyfall, I like that too. But most of my gaming, really, I mean, you know, I sort of like to deploy... Oh, look, another shrine. Shit me, I never got this one. Okay, when I did Winter Sun, when I was patching for Winter Sun, folks, I didn't see this shrine. So this is another shrine I've just picked up on. And I like this. But Winter Sun's been no issue. There was only a couple of small things. Yeah. That's the problem. They're always changing. I agree with that. I mean, I said I was going to put a mod pack out and leave it, and I didn't. You know, people have asked for more stuff, and I've done it. But that's no issue, because I've got nothing around here except for the bandit camp, and that was no problem. So that was good. There's no change in the frames, I don't think. No. There's no distress on the frames down here, folks. Because my bandit camp is literally... I'm just going to TFC, and you can see. I've got a bandit camp just here, look. There's about 5 or 6 NPCs here. Okay. And they're real tough. So that was good, because I think I missed this shrine. I better go through to the... I better give you some light so you can see what's going on. I'll just go through to the morning, alright? And again, I'll say it again. Thanks for hanging around and staying with me, folks. Oh, that's nice. Wow. Oh, we just missed the light. It's just dropped out. Either way, that's still nice. I love it when I get that. Oh no, she ain't attacking. What's going on? Oh, my bandit spawn. I've just hit a TPOSC bandit spawn. Here we go. Let's deal with them. Where are they?
These people are not very nice, Lydia.
Actually, I'm so glad I got Lydia with me. And Indigo. This is great. Where's the bandit? Oh, okay. Oh, there's another one here. So that's why I put some bandits just on the road here, folks. Because there's the TPOSC bandit. I'll just TFC because I see some people have just dropped in, just in case you didn't know. There's a TPOSC bandit camp here, and that's why you had the trigger for the bandit spawn there, yeah? Okay. And there were obviously the Setting Sun's EMB preset, which is really nice. We'll just move through another hour, just so you got plenty of light, and you can see. So let's get to Iverstead. And as I said, that's nice, the Winter Sun there, shrine, so that was good. And we'll get to Iverstead. Now, which way am I going to Iverstead? It's this way. Oh, I think I've just... No, this is right. This is the way, isn't it? I just lost my bearings there for a minute. So, yeah. I mean, I really do like aesthetics. That's what I like the most, Lewis. Like you said, you know, nice looking sunrises, EMB, weathers, water, all that sort of stuff. I really love the way, you know, my game looks. And this mod pack isn't perfect, but it's pretty damn good. There's still a couple of things I'd like to improve upon, and depending maybe, you know, what happens in the future with what mods come out, I'm going to do that. I think we're going left now for Luxfire again. Again, I do like Luxfire so much, folks. It's a lovely mod. Well, the whole Lux series, basically. I mean, that's why I built my patch around it for TPOSC and everything. Am I going the right way? I think I am. Yeah, okay.
You'll regret starting this.
Oh, who's this? Oh, right, bandit. Ha! Oh, there's more. Oh, we got an imp as well. Two of them. Are they actually going to fire? Oh, we got a dragon spawn. Oh, it's all happening now. Where's that dragon? I just heard a dragon, I swear. Blood dragon. Here we go. Oh, let's take him out. Oh, no. No, that's so cool. Oh, that's wicked, man. I got him. That was wicked. The way that flame came in. Oh, here he is. That was outstanding. When he fired his fireball at me, that looked so cool. You're going to see it in a minute, folks. Or if you, well, you might have seen it already. That was just awesome. I'm going to watch that again in the stream, because my stream is about 30 seconds behind me, so I'm about to see that dragon kill, I think. Yeah, here we go. I'm just seeing this dragon kill now. He's about to fire his... There it is. That's wicked. I love that. All right, now I've just... Oh my God, we got more going on. Jesus, man. A novice necromancer.
Lydia, you did
Oh, Lydia, you did okay there. Excellent. Okay, let's find the road again. Oh, look at this. Nice. Now, this is a pleasure. This is what I love about the game. When I see shit like this, you know. Okay, let's get back down to the road because I've got to get to Iverstead. Well, no, I should better just follow it from here, I guess. So let me just say this, folks. I mean, if I will say this, let me just preface what I'm about to say now with this, right? But ow, what's that? What the hell? Oh, wolf! God, there's bloody wolf now. Let's get back on the road a minute, because I keep getting attacked. Where's the road? Where is? Or does it really matter? Oh, where am I? Let's just get my bearings. I've lost my sight. Oh, okay. Okay, so what was I going to say? If you watch my streams and you support the streams and stuff like that, folks, that's brilliant. Because that helps me, because my mod channel grows, my watchtowers grow, and all the rest of it. Likes and comments and all that is, you know, that is helping me. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. What's going on here? Is that my? Oh, that's my Dawn Guard. Why is he floating around in the water for? See what he's doing in a minute. And again, if you share those streams with your friends or whatever, if you think your friends would like it, that'd be great. Again, I work full time, so I'm always seeking patrons. If you can afford a coin, if you want to donate to me via Patreon or other means, feel free. So anyway, you can support the project. I'd appreciate it. I just thought I'd throw that in now, and now I'll leave that there and I'll move on. But yeah, like I say, time is a very precious thing. So sharing your time with me in streams, I appreciate. And again, that helps my channel grow. So that's great stuff as well, you know. This is the settlement that I was talking about, actually. Riverside Goods. Need with the ESP patch that didn't work, you know, when someone was just using those software tools. Because again, you've got to check your work. And there was adjacent cells where exterior frames per second and that mod, you know, it didn't actually, TPOSC, whatever, didn't share the same cell. But there was issues because of it regardless. So, yeah. And I'll say about this cell, when the TPOSC question version comes out, folks, all these NPCs, right, will have dialogue. And that's the next thing to do for TPOSC, is complete the Quest ESP add-on, which will be coming next year, just so you know, okay? There are trainers in the TPOSC file mod, and there are traveling, there's about 9 followers. But a lot of them are generic. That's because they're waiting for their questing aspects to be made for them. So, you know, if you think there's a lot of generic NPCs in TPOSC, there are, but they're waiting for their, you know, for their quests to be made for them and their backstories, okay? Just so you know.
Keep my eyes open.
So all these locations you see are going to be quest-based in the future. That's what I'm saying. We'll check out the Velamir Inn, because I've obviously edited that. Make sure the lighting's okay for there. Then we'll take the cheap fast travel up to High Rothgard. And then in about 10 minutes, I'm going to be finished, folks, okay? I'm going to have a break, something to eat, and I'll see you all tomorrow.
To the Velamir Inn. If there's anything I can get you, just let me know.
Pardon me, my lord. Would you care to hear me play my lute?
Okay, it's just looking for any flickering and stuff like that, and anything that's out of order. Oh no, they followed me through. That's good, because I've nav meshed it also. Sorry, folks. I need a drink. I'm out of a drink. I turn those frames off now, spoiling my view. And we'll take my fast travel up to High Rothgar, okay?
Oh, Raider, you live among the clouds now. Raider.
He's got blood on his lip. That is blood. Sorry. Oh, god damn it. Okay. Let's stay away from my trap there. Because there's a trap here, and I'm trying not to give everything away about TPOSC. So let me think. Yeah, so I'll carry on this testing of this dialogue for a few days with the other mods that I've added for the revision mod pack. I'll do some X-edit testing as well for the all-in-one patch and other mods that I've loaded up.
No, you're not Lydia. Glance down and you
Lydia.
will see your feet, I assure you. Are your feet still there?
It would seem so.
Crisis
That's
over.
really nice. That's a nice touch, actually, having Inigo and Lydia talking to each other. I like that. Okay. And if you know TPOSC of the past, there was no dragon spawn as we approached the High Roth guy, because I removed those level dragons. So the dragon, I reworked the dragon spawns in TPOSC, folks. So any dragon spawns that you do have with TPOSC, they won't respawn, and there's nowhere near as many. Okay, it's nowhere near as intense. More playable, some people might argue. Some people have already complained because they like the TPOSC dragon spawns. So you never please all of the people all of the time. But I just thought for the mod pack and also for
you too, feet. You performed
Skyrim
well.
together, it was good. It was sensible. Oh, the snow's just changed, and we got some nice lighting. And obviously we got JK's here, High Rothgar. All right. This is looking nice. Some nice effects. Got my shout loaded up. I think I have. And what I'll probably do is just let's get my shout. Favorite that. Remember the dialogue, Nesbit?
A Dragonborn appears at this moment.
I like the depth of field here.
You call me Dragonborn. What does that mean?
First, let us see if you truly are Dragonborn. Let us taste of your voice. Boos! Dragonborn, it is you. Welcome to High Rothgar. I am Master Arngir. I speak for the Greybeards. Now, tell me, Dragonborn, why have you come here?
His face looks so bloody crap, his old skin. I'd really like a mod that changed all that. I mean, I've got a texture mod for the NPCs, but for some reason it still doesn't do much for Arngir. The others look better, but for Arngir, I don't know why. Perhaps he, he just can't do nothing for him,
I want to find out what it means to be Dragonborn.
Well, we are here to guide you in that pursuit, just as the Greybeards have sought to guide those of the dragon blood that came before you.
You mean I'm not the only Dragonborn?
You are not the first. There have been many of the dragon blood since Akatosh first bestowed that gift upon mortal kind. Whether you are the only Dragonborn of this age, that is not ours.
You can, Lewis, yes.
You are the only one that has
I'll
been
explain more
revealed
about that in a
thus
sec,
far.
alright, before I leave for lunch.
That is all I can say.
I'm ready to learn.
You have shown that you are Dragonborn. You have the inborn gift. But do you have the discipline and temperament to follow the path laid out for you? That remains to be seen. Without training,
Okay,
you
I'm
have
going to answer
already
Lewis's
taken the
question. I'm
first
going to
steps
save now,
towards
folks,
the project.
and then we'll come back in and do this tomorrow. Right, Lewis, there is actually,
Your
right,
voice.
a TPOSC file, the People of Skyrim Complete standalone file for Skyrim Together. And I'm actually working on a patch that will, well, with my understanding of how Skyrim Together works, that people can use, so it would just disable all the added spawns that I've added. So as I put is on my example on that mod page, you could use TPOSC for Skyrim Together Reborn, right? You could, and then all the players could use the TPOSC patch, which disables all my enemy spawns, except for maybe your project leader of Skyrim Together Reborn, say with 2 others, so then you'd have a balanced spawn of enemies with TPOSC. So I'm still working on that patch and building that patch for Skyrim Together. Now there are people that are already using TPOSC with Skyrim Together Reborn. I've asked them to post comments and let me know what they think. No one's been really forthcoming, so I'm just going to keep doing what I can for that version of TPOSC. And the reason I put a separate version out is because I don't want to be mucking around, because I'll develop that version for Skyrim Together Reborn. Simple as that. So that's that. Could you use this mod pack with Skyrim Together Reborn? Unless there's a technical reason why not, then yeah, why not? If you all use the same mod pack, but you'd still have that same issue. So what we're talking about, the main issue with Skyrim Together Reborn, Skyrim Together Reborn, is walk-in triggers, like the triggers that I have for my bandits. Yeah, so whenever you hit a particular cell and a certain quest level is finished, these triggers hit, they fire. So if say you have 20 people in, just for example, in your group, you're going to have 20 triggers going off, and that's just bedlam. And the whole system probably isn't going to deal with that many triggers. It's one of the reasons I reduced the amount of dragons for TPOSC. I thought it was wise just actually to do that for both files, so I did, because a lot of people were unhappy with it. They didn't like that. I liked it, others liked it, but I changed it up. So that would be the main issue for Skyrim Together Reborn. I've still got to complete the patching for the trigger, but I think a lot of people that use TPOSC for Skyrim Together Reborn, there's only like 4 or 5 of them in a group, so it isn't such a major issue for them, from what the private conversations I've had with some of the people that spoke to me about using TPOSC in Skyrim Together Reborn. But could you use this mod pack with Skyrim Together Reborn? Well, I think so. You could all probably use it. You'd still need to wait for a patch. So, you know, I disabled those enemies, so not every user was having the enemies fire off, because you'd have hundreds of enemies in your game. Do you know what I mean? Say there are 50 of you, and sometimes one spawn can have 3 enemies. You just imagine all those enemies. So you really got to wait. You know, if there's just a few of you, that's fine. And yeah, unless there's a technical reason, I don't see why you could not use this mod pack for Skyrim Together Reborn, as long as you all loaded it up properly. Because I know other people use other mod packs, you know, so possibly. I'll be honest, folks, I don't know about that, because I don't use Skyrim Together Reborn. I don't have a lot of experience of it, so I'm not going to talk shit. I'm not going to, you know, I only talk about what I know. I can only share with you what I know, and that's what I know today. The rest you'd have to explore for yourselves, okay? So that's all I can really give you now, Lewis, in terms of information Skyrim Together Reborn. Honestly, I'd quite like to do it myself. I'd love to just maybe take a few people that I could trust, like Jack or a few others, other people that maybe come in this stream, Jake, whatever, and do a Skyrim Together Reborn and see how TPOSC played out on it. That would be interesting. You know, if someone said to me, well, I'll be the group leader, I'll say, well, I'll join your stream. You know, if anyone wants to do that, if Jack or Jake, or, you know, and then Lewis could join in if he wanted to do that, I'd love to test this mod pack out. But then I haven't got the time, you know, to run Skyrim Together Reborn and do all that along with everything else. So, you know, that's something that you'd have to have the initiative and want to do. And I'd willingly join you folks. And then if there was any errors from my work or my mod pack, I could fix it up for you. But there's only, you know, and do the patch for the triggers as well and everything else. So that's something for you to all think about if you wanted that, you know. But that's all I can give you right now in terms of Skyrim Together Reborn. Okay, so on that note, I will leave it there, folks. And I'm going to give my thanks to Lewis for sharing it. It would be Jake. That's up to you, though, guys, to, you know, maybe work on that one, because I've got so much to do. But if that's something you want to commit to, I could join you. I could join the Skyrim Together Reborn streams. I could patch for, like I'm doing it anyway, I could patch for the enemies so they wouldn't all firing off, and the group leader could run that patch and we could see how it all works. You want to do that, I'd be willing to help and be part of that, but I couldn't run it myself. That's just too much for me. I've got too much work as it is. So, you know, you think on that, all right? But Lewis, thanks for being much more interactive today and sharing your time with me. I appreciate it, mate. I really do. I mean that. Jake, as always, for sharing your time with me. I'm going to come out and say goodbye to the rest of the people that have shared in this stream. And I need to come out and have a look because I'm a bit brain dead now and I forget who's been with me. So, yeah, Jake, Lewis, Jack, so much. Thanks for all your time, Jack, and all that you do as well. As always, NATO, really nice to see you, NATO. I hope you're having a great day. All right. And if you're still with me, again, thanks for sharing your time with me, NATO. Maybe Zeus or Python, if you join me today, part of the likes there. Who else is there that people are on the tip. Campbell. These people are on the tip of my tongue. Anyone who's joined me today, sorry. My brain's gone. I'm actually really tired, folks. But anyway, for anyone who's joined the stream today, you've shared your time with me, you've liked, you've interacted, whether you're watching this later, Reyes or anyone, thanks so much for your time. Thanks for your support. Bye, Lewis. Thank you, NATO. Yeah, you'll take care. I'll see you tomorrow. Friday tomorrow. Oh, I will be back on the weekend. I'll be back tomorrow. And then the Oblivion stream will be on Sunday, all right? You'll take care. I'm Nesbit. You're the people of Skyrim. Good gaming, folks.